Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Duy. I'm the CTO of Nanyang Biologics, or NYB.ai for short. And today, we're transforming how we discover new chemical compounds, which makes drug discovery faster, safer, and more reliable. So our company is a spin-off from Nanyang Technological University. We develop our own proprietary AI model. It's called DTIGN. It predicts the bioactivity, which basically means like how a chemical compound would interact with your body. So this helps to faster the identifications of high potential natural and synthetic compounds for pharma and consumer health. So what's the problem that we are solving? To get a drug asset out to the market, it takes around a decade and more than $2 billion of R&D. Yet only 10% of it actually make it. So traditionally, pharma needs to test up to like billions and billions of compounds. And so you can see lab testing is a major cost driver. Using our AI, we reduce this time from years to just months. And this is an issue not with just pharma, but also consumer health as well, because both built on the backbone of finding the perfect molecules for their drug or applications. But they lack the smart tools to pick the right ones. So recently, both have turned to AI to solve the problems. So as of last year, almost $10 billion in 12 mega deals was signed between AI and big pharma. And so just recently, some of you might have heard about the collaboration between L'Oreal and NVIDIA and how they're using AI to supercharge beauty. So you may ask, like, how the hell does AI supercharge beauty, right? Well, for us, it makes perfect sense because AI can help faster the process of finding the compound interacting with your skin or your body, which improve your health and also your beauty. So back to our model. We train our model based on the 3D interaction data between the compound and the protein inside your body. But the protein inside your body is ever changing throughout the day. So we look into like environmental aspects such as like pH level or temperature. And so we built a graph neural network predicting the bioactivity. So here's a brief demo of a platform. You can see it is like a search engine for novel compound. So you put in like the sort of like the target disease you want to focus on, and the platform will scan through like millions of compounds and then find the most suitable ones for you. So we publish our model on IEEE, and we benchmark ourselves against other leading methods in the field. And right now, DTIGN is 27% more accurate in terms of bioactivity predictions. So this translates to a huge saving time, huge time reductions, and also higher rate efficiency in picking the correct compounds. So how do we make money? So first of all, it's a two-stage process. So we're focusing first on natural compounds opportunities in food, supplement, and consumer health. So these will be like short-term projects which provide us with early cash flow. The reason we're focusing on these because it's not as rigorous as like doing drug discovery. So you don't have to pass FDA approved, but you just need to prove that it is safe and not toxic for human consumptions. This is also a good validation of our platform, which leads to stage two, which is that after we have developed like successful drug target, we'll work with pharma for big drug discovery projects. So we will generate revenue through upfront SaaS fee. This is usually taken into account like the number of target disease or client want to solve and how many compounds they want to scan. Milestone payment, and then once the product is out to the market, we'll do a revenue sharing. So we start commercializing our model as of last year. So in less than a year, we already got like some pretty good tractions and already got revenue and paying customers. So in Japan, we're doing psychiatrics, nutraceuticals, and in China, we're doing compound discovery for traditional Chinese medicine. So you may ask, like, how do we go to market? Because B2B sales is a pain in the ass to do. So we decide early on that we want to work with ecosystem partners, such as NVIDIA, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, and Equinix. So we work with these guys, and they introduce us to to clients in the pharma or like healthcare space. And they don't just introduce, they bundle our AI as a software to their hardware. So this, you can see, this creates like a virtuous cycle, whereas our client is happy because they got access to our AI. Our partner is happy because they can sell more GPUs. And then also our growth is improved as well. So just want to take a look into some of the case study of a real projects that we're doing. So we work with a conglomerate in Japan called Japanese Tobacco. So basically, they want to find substitute to nicotine. And so they asked us, like, hey, we have this problem, and how can you find the compound in nature, in plants, that help to reduce stress, but not like addictive? And so we look into like receptors in your brain that target mood swing, and then we train a model based on those targets, and we scan through compounds through our database of more than 50,000 tropical plants. And so we shortlist a few candidates that act on mood-related targets for them. So this project takes around like 4 months for us to finish, and the revenue is around a few $100,000. So currently, we already have a few of the candidates for them, and now we are advancing into validation to refine efficiency, dosage, and safety for human consumption. So I just want to go through our roadmap and key milestone. So we start developing our first version of our AI model in 2019. So it takes us 5 years to develop the first one. So as of last year, we start commercializing this, and we already generate revenue as of this year. We also are launching our second version of the model, and then we're currently raising our pre-A round to expand our sales force and expand our lab facility as well. So as of next year, we hope to launch our nutraceutical with a client through revenue sharing, and then we also want to secure the first pharma client deal in 2 years. Our team, so we have a lot of experts in the field of biotech and also AI from Singapore. And we are also supported by strategic investors as well. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for listening, and I welcome any questions.
I have a question for the compound interaction data, the compound data. Is that something that you store yourself? Where do you get that from? That would be my first question. And then second one, I'm not an expert in this field, but are there similar kind of companies that certainly must be doing similar things?
Yep. Yeah, thank you for the questions. So for your first questions, so for our training data, we scrape the internet for research papers on like interaction data between compound and the protein inside your body. And so that's our training data. But we also build our own natural compound library. So the reason that we are focusing on natural compound library, because nature is familiar to us here in Southeast Asia. And then we also believe in the sort of like the healing capability of nature. And also, we work with traditional Chinese medicine companies where they know like why ginseng works, but they don't know what compound inside ginseng actually works. So we also help them with that. Per your second question, so first of all, there's a lot of drug discovery companies, but drug discovery is a huge pipeline. So we're focusing right now on the screening of the compounds to reduce the billions of compounds to just 3 per se. And currently, we are the most accurate in terms of bioactivity predictions, and we are constantly improving our model because of that. Yeah.
I'd love to talk about your assets. You were talking about this natural compound library.
Yes.
That you've built, because we're currently in Asia, so you've got access. So what's the plan to get that to become a global natural compound library?
Yes. So we're actually going to release our paper in December on that natural compound library. So we are focusing on that using AI to automate the process, actually. So one of another biotech company I know in Vietnam, they took them around like 10 years to build like a library. And then they usually have like PhD students to annotate the papers. So right now with the rise of AI, we develop and fine-tune our LLM and then like just screen through that to fast-track that process.
I see that you have a couple of revenue streams. Which one do you think is the highest potential? Yeah.
Highest, sorry, could you repeat that?
Which revenue stream do you think has the highest potential?
Yes. So basically, we work with both like pharma and consumer health alike, because we see that although like they may have like different requirements, it all boils down to finding the compounds, and so that help us to basically structure or deal in a way that is SaaS. So based on how many compounds and how many targets they want to do, we just do based on that. And so I think that maybe it's a little bit confusing that maybe it looks like it's different model, but it actually boils down the same. Our operation stays the same.